What's going on there, guys? We got another video here for you. We're going to be talking about Rings of Power Season 3 in this one. We're supposedly getting some look into Jamie Campbell Bower's character in the Rings of Power Season 3. We have this possible leak from the Fellowship of Fans. They've kind of been an incredible source of everything, whether it's gaming stuff, movies, Rings of Power, anything Fellowship of Fans. They're incredible on this one. But let's take a look at this video here, and we'll kind of dive into the information that we're going to be getting here.
In a period where we're looking at looking into it, I think in a period where we're looking at the promotion and the main stuff is focused around Sauron, I think it's only right that we also deliver on that as well. And do you want to take us away with what the first bit is? Northy?
First exclusive is Charlie Vickers, Sauron, and Jamie Campbell Bower, Book Elf, will share many scenes in the Rings of Power Season 3. These are said to be quite physical scenes and some of the best moments of Season 3.
So this is what we're going to be talking about. Okay, Charlie Vickers and Jamie Campbell Bower will share many scenes in the Rings of Power Season 3. They're said to be quite physical and some of the best moments of the season, which means that we're going to be seeing a pretty hefty rivalry, I would say, between these two characters. Now, there are a lot of theories as to who Jamie Campbell Bower could actually be playing in Rings of Power. People don't exactly know who. I know that he has put on his own Twitter. His Twitter bio says "Witch King." That could mean so many different things. It could, like, he says Witch King. He could be the Witch King, but also just based off of the information that we have on here, he's known to be playing an elf. So that could lead to a couple of various different theories when it comes to who Jamie Campbell Bower will be playing in Rings of Power Season 3. The number one theory that people are talking about is Celeborn. So I think that that is probably the most like, I don't know exactly the way to like mention it or the way to like really talk about it. Celeborn does seem to be fairly likely. That's something that I think is pretty interesting to think about, is him playing Celeborn would be really interesting because him and Morpeth Clark do look like they're around like the similar. They would look pretty close to around the same, and he could fit pretty well as Celeborn. The only thing that doesn't really make sense about him playing Celeborn is there really becomes the question of where the heck has Celeborn been for the last two seasons. And we saw the scene between Galadriel and Theo. I'll actually put it up so that way you guys can see it.
And my husband.
Husband?
Celeborn was his name.
So it's possible that he maybe has been held captive by Sauron for so long, maybe to use that as like a way to bring Sauron closer to his cause, because that is something that Sauron has shown to have a prevalent obsession with, is Galadriel. And so that's something that we really just, again, don't quite have a ton of information on, but that's kind of the leading theory, is that he's playing Celeborn. But another theory that we have seen is that he is playing as the Witch King. And if he is the Witch King, that wouldn't really make sense for him to be an elf, because of the fact that the showrunners have said that he is playing an elf, and that does add a lot of confusion if he were to be playing the Witch King, because of the fact that the Witch King is known to be a mortal man. And so this is something that a lot of people, I don't necessarily want to say are like divisive on, but that is something that we are going to be seeing throughout the entirety of we're going to be seeing Jamie Campbell Bower as a pretty relevant character in Rings of Power, and so I'm curious to really see who he is. I really hope he is going to be Celeborn, because I think that will bring that character in that really does, I feel, need to be in this story. But another moment within that is I really think they need to shut down the Haladriel shippers. I'm sorry for any Haladriel shippers, but they really do need to shut that down. I think that was something that really kind of took away from season 1, and that is one of my biggest critiques about season 1 is the Haladriel dynamic and what that was going to be looking like from a standpoint of anybody who is even like somewhat familiar with the Tolkien lore, having that Haladriel dynamic, which is really awkward and is my major criticism with season 1. But so that's what I'm rooting for. I'm really much rooting for him to be Celeborn. However, I do think that he can play a really solid Witch King if that were to be the case and he's not playing a book elf. But again, I don't think he is the Witch King just based off of, it being confirmed that he is a book elf by creators. But I think that his voice that he uses specifically for Vecna would work out really, really well, because we've seen there's this really funny clip, I'll even play it here, of him with Jimmy Fallon.
In a minute, I'm gonna need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy walking in my Balenciagas, trying to bring out the fabulous.
But that shows that he can play that really spooky villain, that sort of I don't know what word, compulsive, intimidating, really, he has that ability to play that powerful villain, and I think that could come out if he were to do that. But I think the leading theory is just Celeborn. I don't know who else he would be playing. If there is anybody else, I don't know. Let me know what your theories and thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to see what people's theories are. Another big thing to note that we'll talk about here is we will finally be introduced to Barad-dûr in Mordor in Rings of Power Season 3. So I think this is something that's going to be absolutely crucial to the events of Season 3, and I'm really excited to see the inside of Barad-dûr being shown on screen for the first time. In every other Tolkien media that we've seen, mostly from Peter Jackson's trilogy, we only see the outside as we see the focus on the Tower of the Eye of Sauron. But as many people would know, who are more familiar with the books, you would know that the Eye of Sauron is not actually in the book, but rather the Eye of Sauron is more to be talking about his ability to see across Middle-earth, his gaze, and it feels like a ginormous eye, and Peter Jackson just chose, rather than to try and talk about it and illustrate that from the book, he just chose to introduce the Eye of Sauron as a physical thing, which is not the case in the books. But it'll be interesting to see how they construct Barad-dûr. I really want to see a different style of structure from Peter Jackson's trilogy. I really think that Rings of Power will shine the greatest if it does pull more away from that Peter Jackson feeling and dives into the nitty-gritty and the darker side of Middle-earth. So I really want to see, as Barad-dûr comes to be, we see it look creepy. We see it look like it is this dark tower, this place that even just looking at it fills you with dread. That is the kind of thing that I'm really looking forward to from seeing Barad-dûr for the first time. That's what I want to see there. So I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be really cool to see how the showrunners can give some depth to a very unknown structure, just because of the fact that nobody outside of Sauron and the orcs of Mordor actually stepped foot inside the tower. We never see Frodo go inside. We never see Sam go inside. Aragorn. Nobody goes inside of Barad-dûr, and I think that's for very good reason, and it helps to add this level of mystery. And I really want to see it being shown on screen in this way. I think it will look really, really cool. So that'll be it for this video, just to kind of give you guys a little bit more information to what to be expecting for Season 3 of Rings of Power. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments about Jamie Campbell Bower. Who will he be playing? Is he going to be Celeborn? Do you have any other thoughts on what other character might show up? Let me know. I think that that's going to be something that will be really interesting to see. But either way, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do want to continue to give all the love to all of my Ko-Fi supporters. You guys are the ones that help to really make this channel possible. If you would like to support on Ko-Fi, you can do so down in the description below. That's going to be the best way to financially support the channel. But with that, you are loved, you are valued, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we will see you right back here in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody.